Here again as usual to continue the emancipation and sensitization of our people. My people, I thank you also very much for all the accommodations we are getting, all the encouragements and all the push. Let me say that I'm doing what I'm doing not because I want any form of recognition. It's because it's born out of who I am. I'm somebody, if you ask me, that has a lot of empathy. Somebody who wants to see people live better life. People who don't like a situation where some persons are being shortchanged. And that's who I am. And that's what I'm doing is driven from that angle. Just to make sure that I'm able to do whatever I think I can from my own little corner to try to emancipate our people. Because I believe very strongly that our people are under a very serious bondage. The country called Nigeria is under siege. Take it or leave it. That is what I think, and that's what I think is the majority's thought as well. That the country Nigeria is under siege, and that there's need for us to do whatever we think we can to free that country and free ourselves as a people. The truth of the matter is that we have been so quiet, so docile for a very, very long time, and the result is not very good. We can all see it today, and because of our docility, our leaders have actually taken us for granted for too long and too far. That's why you have all the mess going on in Nigeria and in Africa. I always emphasize Nigeria because, like I've said many times, if Nigeria gets it right, Africa will have no other choice than to follow suit. Nigeria is a leading country both in Nigeria and in the world. The entire nations in the world, they look up to Nigeria in Africa to show good example, to show the way forward for other African countries to follow. And because Nigeria has not been able to find our bearing, because Nigeria has not been able to take our rightful place in it among the Committee of Nations, the result is what we're all suffering today. Now, in the case of Nigeria, it's been the leadership has been left for too long without being subjected to very serious questioning and demanding for answers as well. That's why they have gone to bed to sleep for too long. And my position is that it's about time we wake them up. If they've been sleeping, they should wake up. This is not the time to sleep. This is the time to face business. Nigeria is in dire need of serious-minded people who are ready to come and do this job. Because, like I've said repeatedly, you can't have a country like Nigeria and you have the people suffering. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable, for God's sake. Nigeria is the only oil-producing country that I know of in the world where our citizenry are suffering. People don't have good food to eat, no pipe-borne water to drink, no electricity, the roads are bad. Even very recently, one of the senators in Nigeria actually confirmed it. He didn't even know that he was indicted himself and his colleagues and all the leadership of Nigeria when he says that because the roads in Nigeria are not good, that's why they're buying themselves 160 million naira worth of SUVs. That's a complete and a clear indictment of the ruling class in Nigeria. It shows that how much they have failed. Do you know how much they have budgeted on roads alone in the last since 1999? I don't want to go to the era before the 1999 when we started this new political dispensation under Obasanjo. We started this new political dispensation under Obasanjo. From that time till date, if they tell you the amount of money they spent on roads alone, you will cry for that country. If they go ahead and tell you the amount of money they spent on electricity, you will cry for that country. If they tell you how much they spend in literally every sectors of the country, you will know that that country is in trouble. And the man who has just come now again want to further put the country in deeper trouble. Now, we've just been told that the man is going about borrowing money, not for the right reasons again, for the wrong reasons. All the monies they borrowed since 1960 to date, what has come out of it? Nothing. The country is indebted. The debt of that country, even the 10 generations cannot even pay it. And they're still borrowing. And the people are looking at them. I don't get it. I just don't get it. This man has come again. He wants to borrow huge amount of money to buy cars for himself, buy for his wife. And if the office of the so-called office of the First Lady, as we were made to understand, is not even under the Nigerian Constitution, and the man is spending the Nigerian money to furnish that office, that's illegal, if you ask me. The man is spending money to renovate buildings that are not, I don't get it. And buy cars when people are suffering, when people are not, you can't even eat. It shows a very high level of insensitivity on the part of these men and women that call themselves leaders. And the sorry state of the matter is that our people are looking at them. The man and woman who is gravely affected by these actions and inactions of these men and women are looking at them. They are not saying nothing. They are not doing nothing. And they keep calling on God. Let me inform you all that God is upset with us. God is upset with us because we are not doing what we are meant to do as a people. That we are calling him and disturbing him to come and do what he has done for us already, again for us. That's unacceptable, my people. Let us wake up and begin to hold these our men and women who call themselves leaders to account. To come and explain to us what they've done, what they are doing, and what they still intend to do. The man who is there in Aso Rock now, the man who came to be the president of Nigeria now, you cannot see that he's borrowing the money again for the wrong reasons, buying cars for himself. And these are monies that whether he likes it or not, Nigeria will have to pay back at some point. And the people who pay this money back are the people who cannot even feed themselves. Where the people cannot feed themselves, the president and his colleagues, the men and women in the National Assembly, they are buying exotic cars for themselves. The only person, or rather the only people that can stop this are the Nigerian people. Not God anymore, not the judiciary that is already messed up, not the armed forces that are caged already. It is you and I. It is the elderly man and woman on the street of Nigeria that can come out and say, you know what, we've had enough. And we've got to put a stop to this. We can do this. I said it before. We can do this and ensure that there's no life lost and we still achieve results. But we cannot continue to keep mute. We must come out and speak up. Either way, those on social media should speak up on social media. Those that are going on the street should go on the street. The world cannot be on the street. Like I said the last time, some will be on the street. Some will be providing logistics. Some will be providing other things. But what is important is that we've got to start doing something. We cannot leave these men to continue to kill this country, to continue to impoverish what the people that are already almost at the ebbs of the matter. Nigerians are already at the ebb of their life. We can see it on the street of Nigeria that people are dying. And these so-called leaders, they are, wasting the country's wealth, left, right, and center. And nobody's talking. Everyone is afraid of the man Alhaji Ahmed Bola Tinubu. That's the truth of the matter. So some of us who are privileged to talk, let us talk. I'm not talking because I want to be recognized. I've said that repeatedly. I'm not talking because I just feel like talking. I'm not talking because I'm less busy. I'm not talking because there's someone out there that's actually, getting me to talk. No. It's because of what I feel about my country. I've lived abroad for quite a while, with all due respect, and I see that they don't have what we have. God did not even give them anything close to what He gave to us. The question I have asked myself, and I continue to ask people, is why in the midst of plenty are we suffering? I've made illustrations with people like Alhaji Dangote and the great, that these men I've just mentioned, if their family comes out on the street and say they've not eaten since money, what's going to be the thought of the people around? Only one thing, that Bill Gates or Alhaji Dangote has failed because he has not been able to provide food for his family. So that's the reason I said Nigeria is like and big God. They have so much, but the people are suffering. Then the people must ask themselves and their leaders, why in the midst of so much we are suffering and you people are enjoying? It's a clear question and it's a clear answer. My people, wake up. Nigerians, wake up. Africans, wake up. We can't continue like this. Because the people who are running to their land, they are not even better than us. What they have better than we don't have are leaders. They have leaders who have compassion, leaders who are considerate, leaders who have empathy, leaders who have thinking caps, and leaders who want to leave, legacies for them to be remembered about. And not leaders who just come with no plan. All they've got in their head is how to come and loot money, how to come and buy themselves SUVs, how to come and buy themselves properties, and how to come and buy themselves yachts. That's not leadership, for God's sake. That's not leadership. We must get our leadership process right. And one of the ways to get it right, I've enumerated that before. We must begin to find ways and means to get that right. Because leadership is everything. God has given us everything already. So we need leaders that can manage them for us. And in the case of Nigeria, we have not been very lucky enough to have such leaders. All the leaders we've had today, they are all egoistic people, opportunists, people who don't have any business being in leadership positions because they don't even know what leadership is all about, if you ask me. They just find themselves in leadership role by way of, manipulating the system like what we currently have in Abuja. The man manipulated the system, and I've said it repeatedly that I have nothing against Alhaji Ahmed Tinubu. I have everything against the way he came to power. And the fact that he has numerous baggages around him is enough for me not to accept him. I am not a saint. I don't think anybody is a saint apart from God. But for somebody who wants, as they say, he who wants to come to equity must come with clean hands. And for somebody who wants to come and be president, a leader of a country like Nigeria, even any leader for that matter, must show level of sincerity, must show some level of dignity, and some level of responsibility. And now that if you ask me how many more, Alhaji Ahmed Bola Tinubu do not have them. Or does not have them, rather. And for me, that's what I have against him. Apart from him, all the other leaders that have ruled Nigeria before now, they have all failed, and they failed woefully. The results are there. Everyone can see it today. If they not failed, we will not be where we are today. Because they have failed, that's why we are where we are. And the reason why they have failed is because we have led them to fail. Because we've not been asking questions and demanding for answers. We've not been holding them to account for their stewardship. And that's why people like us have come out now to remind us that we need to start asking these men and women questions. We need to start demanding answers to our questions as well.
Over there. Hi, sorry. Can you even go in? Like that, yeah? Thank you.
Yeah. So, my dear good people, I'm sorry about that breaking transmission. And that's the point I'm making, And so, I call on everybody, as I've always done. Let us use social media for the right reasons. Social media is a very powerful tool if properly put to use. Let's, join forces together That's how we can liberate our country and liberate Africa. With this, again, I want to say thank you also very much for listening to me. If you find my message interesting, if it does make any sense to you, please find a way to share it, find a way to like it, find a way to join this agitation. Together we can make changes. Together we will win this fight. And together we will liberate Nigeria and liberate Africa. I thank you also very much. God bless you all. God bless Nigeria. God bless Africa. Bye for now and cheers.